This is a pretty nice truck. How fast do you think it goes? Well, there's no way to tell because this speedometer has never worked. So today on Grok in the Garage, I'm going to ask Grok about what my options are to fix this speedometer. I'm going to try to do the cheapest and fastest and easiest thing possible. And hopefully I can even get through that. So let's see what Grok has to say about my options. The Guy Garage, like and subscribe. All right. Hey, everybody. YouTube is telling me that only about half of you that are watching the video are actually subscribed. So if there's anything that you like here or learning here, do me a favor and subscribe. McGuire Garage. All right, so this is the Grok app. I have a short on my channel about how to use Grok and an overview. But here I'm gonna ask Grok about my speedometer and the issue I'm having, and that I saw online that some C10 owners are using a GPS speedometer, and ask, what the pros and cons are about that. So I'll just start by saying I am trying to put back together. Speedometer. Boom. Okay, now it's thinking through. It should start showing me some responses. Oh yeah, swapping the speedo gear, partially disassembling. That doesn't look good. It's giving me all of the sources so you can see what it's searching for. It's going to end up showing me YouTube videos as well. All right, here is what Grok came back with. So, yep, the possibility of changing that gear in the Turbo 400. It says it's straightforward for most C10 owners, since I'm already working on it. And then it gives me this this video that I can watch, and it lists out the steps for the speedo and the gear replacement right there. Yikes. Telling me it's 1 to 3 hours total. Yeah, 9 to 10 for me. And it gives me step-by-step instructions. Gives me pictures, which is nice. And now step-by-step instructions for replacing that gear. Pros of the mechanical fix: it's 100% original. It's cheap parts and authentic. No wiring. Accurate if you match the gear teeth to your setup. I guess calculators exist. But the cables can bind and wear again. You got to change the stuff. Future leaks in the tran housing. Great. I already got leaks. The GPS option. So it says full gauge replacement, GPS to mechanical adapter. Well, that actually sounds pretty good. So I'll take a look at that. And it gives me the jegs. It actually recommends this jegs one. It says it's very easy, 30 to 90 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, sweet. Reliability, no wear, right? It's accurate and stable, all right. But it does cost more, and you need clear GPS signal. So that's a consideration. Then it gives me recommendations. So it's doing the comparison because I asked it to. Yeah, it's telling me it would lean toward a GPS adapter or GPS thing for a long-term result, and parts are widely available. Here it's giving me the sources, and I can ask additional questions if I want to. So that's good. I'm going to thumbs up it. Sweet. Well, I ended up not going with the mechanical GPS adapter. I ended up just getting a new GPS speedometer, the cheapest one I could find. I told you I was cheap. And this one has brights, turn signals, and a tachometer on it. And this is a GPS speedometer. So I'm going to put the brand and the model number of this into Grok. Grok will be able to summarize the instructions for me, which the instructions are not written by a native English speaker, and help me with the install. One thing I did have to do is here with my dash, I had to replace this, which is the printed circuit board. So you could see that this was coming apart and delaminating where my turn signals were, sort of same thing. So, part of my dash not working with the lights and maybe some of the gauges was this, but with the speedometer, no. This is just for kind of everything else. For anyone that has ever wondered, the reason why your turn signals on a C10 are green is because of these little plastic things. The bulb is white, and you have these little green plastic things that make it green. So don't lose those because the reproductions are $8 a piece or something like that. Well, here is a fun thing. So this speedometer is the correct diameter, but it doesn't fit down in my cluster. All of these things are in the way. So I marked out some of the cluster where it would fit, and I think I'm going to have to cut some of this away. And I don't mind doing that because, quite frankly, this cluster is old and dry and crusty anyway. So if I ruin it, I probably need a new one anyway. The water temp I know works. The amp meter works, and I think the oil pressure meter will work once I get an oil pressure sender. So let's start this adventure. I took out all the gauges and getting ready to cut into my cluster thing here, and I ended up getting this on the interwebs, and it was $39 or something, and came with 400 attachments. I don't even know if it works, but we're going to give it a try. I'll see if I can start to cut and hold the camera. This should be fun. All right. Well, it spins. It spins pretty good. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, it sounds like being at the dentist. Okay. I'm not going to be able to hold the camera, so let's, you guys just get to see the finished product. Okay, well, I broke the disc, and it's sort of melting through the plastic, but I don't know. I'll keep going and see how it goes. Okay, everybody, after, I don't know, just a few minutes, hours, I have been able to remove that much material, and then also this much material inside. It looks professionally done, but now the speedometer fits, and the GPS, uh, the plug where the GPS goes has room, and so does that button for programming. So now all I have to do is put on the new circuit, printed circuit board back here, and then put the dash all together. So I'll show you the circuit board here in a second. Well, so I have it running, and the tack is not working. So I'm going to check that connection and see why it's not working. My tachometer wasn't working, so I asked Grok about it. I told it the model number and what I'm trying to get working, the model number of that very cheap speedometer. It told me that it's popular, cheap all around, and that the first thing I should check, and the most common thing, is an MSD wiring mistake. Well, I should have listened to Grok, because it was actually how I had the MSD wired. So I had it wired to this, which is not supposed to be used, and actually the tack send is over there at the other end. So, all right, let's test it. Let's see if it fixed it. Look at that. Oh yeah, tachometer is working. Well, it's a little delayed, but okay. Okay. Well, and my RPMs are a little low, so I got to set the choke and the idle, but hey, it's working. So let's test everything else. All right, so turn signals, yeah. Turn signals, yeah. And bright switch, don't die. All right, let's see. The bright switch doesn't work. All right, I'll see what that is. All right, good. This same sort of plastic material that I have, I traced out the outline of the speedometer. So I'll cut this out, and then we'll figure out where the middle of the new speedometer is going to fit in that bracket. Okay, I've got everything put back together, and the speedometer is in. So I'll clean up this. It's got fingerprints all over it. I lost that lens. Don't pay attention to it. Turn signals are green. And okay, next we'll put it in and see if it works. I'm going to plug in the dash. The dash itself uses this sort of harness, and then I have these that are all of the terminals for the speedometer, and then I have this, which is for that wiring harness for my backlights. So I'll plug it in and we'll take a look. All right, we're going to try everything out, but I haven't started her in a long time, so I'm going to start her and then we'll try everything out. So let's see. Oh, come on, baby. Okay, well, we see the tachometer is working. Nice. So let's see about the turn signals. Okay, that seems to work, although my turn signals are not working there, and neither is my ammeter or my temperature gauge. So let me see if I can fix that. Yep, so as you can see, that sort of pigtail came unplugged, so I'm going to plug that back in. Okay, so we can see that the tachometer is working. That's good. My amp meter is working, and it looks like the temperature gauge should work. We'll see. You can see here my turn signals are on because I'm using LED lights or LED bulbs, and there's some leakage with voltage, and LEDs are just way more sensitive to that. But let's see if they work when we. Okay, you can see that the turn signals work. They just stay on all the time. Turn signals work. So we'll see. It doesn't look like my fuel gauge is working. I don't know why. I'm going to have to double check that now. So it's not one thing, it's another.
But the speedometer seems to be working great. We'll take it for a test drive, and as soon as I finish a couple of other things, might be another week or two, but yeah, I bet that's going to work. I mounted the GPS, or I will mount the GPS up here because I don't have a center speaker. So I'll put that above the dash so it gets a clear signal. Okay, let me check on my fuel gauge, why that's not working, and then maybe I'll change these out for incandescent. I don't know. All right, good work. Yay, Grok and me. Bye.
Hey everybody, YouTube is telling me that only about half of you that are watching the video are actually subscribed. So if you like anything or have learned anything, do me a favor and please subscribe. McGuire Garage,